Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Andrew. Glad to be here. Today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming El Clásico. You know, I am excited for this game, but I'm going to be honest with myself, man. My spirit's a little bit dampened, you know, just from what happened against PSG. However, I'm going to forget about that and focus on this upcoming game. You know, I'm going to look at the starting lineup, our approach, mentality, everything that will contribute to a victory in this game. So let's get into it, guys. So I hope, first of all, on this happy Friday, you guys are feeling good. You know, I hope that you've kind of gotten over the loss a little bit and is, you know, pumped up and ready to go for another high octane and important game. Now, I say important because for anything else, it's mostly important for our ego, for our confidence, for just pride. You know, wearing that shirt, that badge, you know, it's a pride thing for Barcelona. Like, we must beat Madrid every time we play them, and this time is no different, right? In fact, there's more of an emphasis to win this game considering, you know, what just happened on Tuesday. So first thing I'm going to look at is the starting lineup, right? So we're going to have Xavi on the bench, right? Let's start there. He's going to be on the bench, right? He barely made this game due to previous suspension. So let's hope that he behaves himself and there's no red card this time for him, or nobody for that matter. But let's look at our starting lineup. For me, guys, this team is going to be pretty much similar to what we did in the first leg to Paris. So Ter Stegen in goal, obviously, right? Back line is going to be Cubarsí, Araujo, Koundé, Cancelo. Nice and even back line. Then in the holding midfield position, that's Christensen, right? Then for me, Frankie and Gundogan start. Both players, especially Frankie, needs to get back up to speed and continue to prove himself. So that's my pairing in the midfield. Pedri stays on the bench, he comes on later. Then up front, it's the same. Well, here's the thing now. Up front, I would say let's go for Lamine Yamal. He's rested. He did not play the full 90 minutes. He's rested. So let's go for him. Lewandowski in the middle, and Rafinha on the left side. But I want that's logically speaking, that's what the lineup looks like. However, and that's what I'm kind of going to go with. But if this was up to me, I would be bold in this game. And here's what I would do. And this is coming from a little bit of a commonsensical perspective too. Here's what I would do for the front lineup. It would be on the left, João Felix. João Felix, he lived for these big games, and he barely played in the PSG game, so he should be more rested. And this is Madrid. He lives for these games. Let's start him on that left flank. Lamine Yamal on the right side for the very same reasons. He only played like 20-something minutes in that first half. And I know he's ready to get back out there, so let's do it. And in the center, instead of Lewandowski, it would be Vitor Roque, right? Because Madrid never faced Vitor Roque. They don't really know how to defend against him. He's a different type of center forward, and he doesn't really get a chance to play in the center forward with a lot of proper service coming in his way. The last time he played in a game against, I believe it was Cadiz away, in a heavily rotated team, 9 players rotated. And so he struggled to get any kind of proper service, right? He really struggled. And that wasn't a really good look on him. So for me, I would rest Lewandowski, start Vitor Roque, because number one, he's much fresher than Lewandowski. He is less predictable than Lewandowski. He's hungrier than Lewandowski, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and throw him his first start in El Clásico away from home. João Cancelo on the left and Lamine Yamal on the right. Now, if we were to do that, imagine in the second half you have Rafinha coming on, you have Pedri coming on, and then you also have the likes of Fermin Lopez, you know, you could Ferran Torres, and you know, he has a lot of luck against Madrid. So the bench all of a sudden looks pretty strong, right? That's what I would do. But if I know Xavi as well as I think I may know him, I believe that for the front three, he'll stick to what he's used to. Lewandowski in the middle, Rafinha on the left, and Lamine Yamal on the right side. And I mean, that's a pretty good and strong lineup. It's also predictable because it is our strongest lineup right now, and it's easy for Ancelotti to formulate a plan to counterattack that particular lineup, and that's the reason why I would put a little wrinkle in it and bring in João Felix on the left and Vitor Roque down the center. But we shall see, right? What do I know? We'll see. So that would be my lineup. As far as how we approach this game, it's simple. The very same way that we approached Paris in the first leg, where we did not concede a high line. The last time we played Madrid in the Spanish Super Cup and we played with a very high line, we paid the price. We let in 4 goals. I would like to think that the team and Xavi has learned their lesson, and there won't be such repeat like what we did in the Super Copa. So with that being said, the approach needs to be pragmatic. We need to be aggressive. We need to be aggressive from the first whistle. We need to play as if this is a title, a final with a title at the end of it. We need to go ahead and attack them from the jump and play them, just very aggressively from the beginning. We can't look at the fact that Madrid just played a very highly intense game yesterday. On Wednesday, that is, for 120 minutes. That means nothing. This is El Clásico. When you look at El Clásico, form goes out the door. Everything goes out the door. It's who showed up on that day, in that moment. That's who normally wins the game. So that is the approach we need. We need to be aggressive. We need to be determined to show what we're made of, what we're capable of. And at the very least, guys, if we can't win La Liga, at the very least, let's cut the score down to 5 points, win out our remaining games, and let's see what happens, right? If nothing else, we reduce the score line, the deficit, so that it's not so wide. The gap is not so wide between us and Madrid. And so that is how I would approach the game. As far as substitution, I don't think I need to talk about it. But yeah, that is how I say we should approach this game. We should maintain our discipline as usual, maintain our focus. I do think that with Christensen back in the holding midfield position, it gives Frankie and Gundogan the opportunity to be further upfield, and then later on in the second half when we need to make changes, we can always bring in Pedri, as a creator, bring in whoever, whether it's Felix or Rafinha, but we have options on the bench to come in and impact the game. So that's how I would go about it. And as far as the scoreline goes, I am going to make a prediction like I have in previous games. I'm not going to let what happened against PSG dampen my spirit from making a prediction. I'm going to make a prediction, and my prediction is in this game against Madrid at the Bernabeu, Barcelona comes up 3-2 victory. It's going to be a 3-2 victory for Barcelona. We're going to reduce the deficit to 5 points and then win out the rest of our games in La Liga and see what happens at the end of the season. So that right there, guys, is my thought on the upcoming El Clásico. This is a very big game. We need to get in there and win it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Let me know if you agree with my starting lineup or if you would do anything differently. Thanks again for your support and for, continue to watching my content. I really do appreciate that. If you've not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. I'm really trying to grow this channel. So go ahead and subscribe, like, and share this video. And I really appreciate you guys. And until the next one, as always, more peace, more love.